Hey folks, welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review. Today we're going to go visit Prairie Artisan Ales. It's a Krebs Brewing Company Blueberry Boyfriend out of McAlester, Oklahoma. Stick with us.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where us three college friends give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. And we hopefully have a fun one to do that again today. I've got Andy in the attic. I've got Jay. I am Ben. Gentlemen, what are we drinking today? Not everybody at one time.
Back to Prairie Artisan Ales, which we've established is a Krebs Brewing Company out of McAlester, Oklahoma. Their tap room is in Oklahoma City, so don't go to any of those other places. Just go to Oklahoma City. It is a blueberry sour that Ben is just dying to try, so let's get going.
Just wanting to tap.
And we're going to try and wake Andy up with this one.
All right. That's a nice color.
That color.
I smell tart.
Ooh, wow. Yeah.
Lovely.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates. Oh,
got a little tart to it. This is a sour ale, 5.4%. It's made with blueberries and lemon zest. I definitely get that lemon zest feel to it. As we've stated before, we have done Prairie Artisan Ales ad nauseum. Thanks to now a great sour mix pack that you picked up. Thank you. Jay, was that you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember. And I've lost count. 5 at least.
5 or 6, yeah.
Several in there.
Spicy Pickle Monster was the first one. So that's, if you want to learn anything about some cool history on Prairie Artisan Ales and how it started and back in Oklahoma and the beer styles that they had, go back and watch Spicy Pickle Monster. It's pretty cool. But God, don't watch it.
No, watch it.
Or it's not pretty cool.
Yeah.
Our work stinks. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, that's
Ben does not like spicy pickles.
Oh, yeah,
that's where
you
I'm
didn't
going
fancy
with
that beer. Yeah.
I don't know that our work is any good on the show or this show or any show, but that's not for us to decide. That's for the viewer to decide.
Cool. I'm done.
Okay. As we said before, Prairie, they specialize in a handful of sours, and they have a lot of year rounds. They have some limited editions. You can check out some of those. We had some of the treat series. Then they're also known for their imperial stouts that get up there in the 13, 14, 15% ABVs. Their most notable one is the Prairie Bomb, and then they take that and they do different variations of it. The Birthday Bomb, Cherry Bomb, and then they have some others. I think we actually have another one that will be coming up in the not near future, but within the next year. We're going to do another Imperial Stout. I think it's their double vanilla noir. Just for Ben.
Have we done one of their stouts? Has it all been sours? Which stout
was
it?
We did the Pistache Brothers.
Yes. So I recollect now.
Yeah.
but everything else been a sour. I mean, you got the Neapolitan, the slush, tiny S's,
The pineapple whip
the pineapple whip, the gummy. What was the sour patches? The sour
patches.
Golly, it's Spicy Pickle Monster. So it's all sours in one sour.
Yeah, we'll get some more in there eventually. We got to chill out on some Prairie. I mean,
We've had our share for sure.
yeah.
And I think the thing that now that we've had these, and maybe it's the selection we've chosen, but the thing that overall has really struck me about Prairie is it's the push of the envelope in a beer, right? It's something. It's not different. It's different plus some, So I think that's been real interesting with their beers that we've had. That they're all unique. They're all very different, and they all are so different than a lot of other things that are out there. At least that I've had. So
Very creative in the way that they think about things, and even so far as their can art. I mean, their can art kind of pulls you in, as you can see on the label here, which is a little different than the ones we have on our actual cans, but it's just another variation of it. And even the spicy pickle monster, I mean, that can was unique and really cool. And same with their stouts. I mean, Super Pistache Brothers, it had a takeoff on Super Mario Brothers, that type. So
yeah, and if you get to the end of this video and you want to see some more of our reviews on Prairie, there'll be a box there that is all just a playlist for Prairie that you can check out any one of our other Prairie reviews. And Jay's laughing because he's thinking I'm going to forget to add that in. All right. With that, man, Jay and I think have taught more on this than Andy has at this point. So Andy, why don't you go first?
I think I'm going to go first. I like it. I like blueberries, but I've had enough blueberry beer to know I don't like my beer tasting too blueberry. And this doesn't taste like blueberry, so I like it. I like the tart, sour lemon to it, and it's just got a little fruity flavor, but it's not like eating a blueberry. But regardless, it tastes good. It gets you in the kind of the back of the jowls there. I like it, and I'm gonna give it 7.5. I'd have it again and again.
All right. Jay, have you had this one before?
I have.
So our tradition here, if you haven't watched our show, if you've had this beer, then you go last. So I haven't had it, so I'm up. So I think I, kind of a minute ago mentioned that with Prairie, I kind of expect the kick or the punch in the face, like their beers have been so different that I've had that I expect them to smack me in some way. Spicy Pickle Monster was not my favorite beer. So it was a punch in a certain direction. And some of the other beers that we've had, the batches and whatnot, have been, a good punch, if you will. I think for this one, it's kind of and I said this on one of their other beers, and I'm blanking on which one, but it's kind of a somewhat of a middle of the road in the sense that I don't get the push to the extreme, like I was kind of mentioning. That being said, I think it's a really good beer, though. This is one that I could have multiples of, especially on a hot day if I'm outside. This one would be fantastic. I think it's the blueberry flavor is not, it's there, but it's not overpowering, and it's kind of subtle in a way. Really, that lemon flavor is really what I get a lot out of this one, more so than anything else. And so it's a little bit sweet, but a little bit of the pucker, not too much. For that, I'm giving it an 8. I think this one is very flavorful, and man, this would be, hey, if you mow the yard today and you have this beer, I mean, you could have 2 or 3 of these, in my opinion.
Check.
Funny. Been your one that you thought was middle of the road, I think, was the Neapolitan Squeeze. So, because it was supposed to have strawberry and some others in there, and the strawberry chocolate and vanilla, and I don't think it was just kind of middle of the road for you. This one for me, I've had it before, and I'm like you. I always expect Prairie to have something so unique and innovative. It's almost like it's a letdown when it's not in some ways, because you just have maybe unrealistic expectations for what they're putting out in some ways. To me, the lemon is overpowering on this. Um, some people like that a little more than others. I would have liked a little more blueberry out of it. I don't know that I get a whole lot, and I've noted that in the past. But the lemon overpowers it for me, and so I'll give it a 7.
And I can see that when you name a beer blueberry, you put that in the name. I can see where you kind of want that to come through more so than maybe another flavor.
Yeah, I would expect this to be called the lemon berry or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the Blue Steel that we
Yeah,
had
Fair Hope.
Fair Hope? That tasted more blueberry.
It did.
And because it had blueberry and lemon in it as well.
Yeah,
but,
it was the exact same blueberry lemon.
And then I could definitely pick out more blueberry in that one.
Yeah. And it's to each their own on their individual taste. Mine continue to evolve. You go back 7-10 years ago, I couldn't stand IPAs. Now you call me the IPA guy. So
Out of the three of us, yes, I think you still are. We haven't done that polar shift yet where I'm the IPA guy and you're, the sour guy or the stout guy.
It'll come. I mean, I've really gotten into sours the last probably 3 or 4 years.
That is going to give us a 7.5 for the Blueberry Boyfriend out of Prairie Artisan Ales. Interesting sour beer. Again, I think overall are big fans of Prairie and how they kind of push the envelope on beer. So definitely, if you get a chance to check out any of their beers, you should definitely do it, except Spicy Pickle Monster. I would not recommend that personally. The other guys might. You can check out our review on that to see what we all said on that. But again, at the end of this video, we'll have a box where you can check out some of our other Prairie reviews because we've had quite a few at this point. With that, be sure to like, subscribe, cheers, that notification bell. Check us out on social medias. Come say hey in Discord. We'd love to see you on our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server to talk about Prairie and other beers that you've had and haven't had, and we've had and haven't had, and yeah, the list goes on and on. For Andy in the attic and Jay, I'm Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.